It's hot, hot. The tea is hot. Hello, Nielsen, Brazil. Good night. Hi, Nielsen. Hi, Nayola. What's going on? Uh-oh, my battery's going down. Let me charge this thing. Here's my charger. What my charger at? Here's my charger. What's going on in your life, Nayola? You take tea? I'm taking tea too. It's a cozy day where people just go into their house and just stay home. Nothing much to do. Ooh, ooh. Okay. Now my battery is better. Yeah, I'm also taking some tea. Caramel tea. Nayola, where are you from? Where do you come from? Nilson is from Brazil. How's Brazil? Anything interesting happening in Brazil? Nothing interesting? Right? We read each other mind. You know how they say great minds think alike? We think alike. Nayola is like nothing. Nothing is happening in your life. Nothing interesting. Hi, Alicia. I'm having a big cup of tea. Yes, yes. I like tea. What's your favorite music? What kind of music do you like? Nayola, goodbye. Have a wonderful time. Be safe. Be safe in these streets. Who is Gibran Alcosa? Oh, Nilson is having tea of apple, cinnamon, and ginger. That's so healthy. You know, that's super healthy. I'm just having regular tea, black, like. He plays ID at 22. I'll play a little bit of it, but I can't play a lot because YouTube does not like it. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. I never heard that song. Oh, you got very good taste. Very good taste. Oh, welcome, Bradino. Welcome. You subscribed. Like, subscribe, like, subscribe. Wow, that's a beautiful song. Very beautiful. I wanna let me make sure I mark it so that I listen to it. Let me put it in my favorite. Where's my YouTube? Let me add it to playlists. My slow and lovely playlist. That's good. So today is Sunday. What are your plans for next week? Anything fun? Anybody having a birthday? We can wish you happy birthday. You can type whatever you want to type. You can type whatever you want to type here. We can talk business, we can talk relationships, we can talk personal growth, which is my favorite. Health, also my favorite. Habits, boundary setting, which is my favorite too. Let me see what topic I chose today. What's the name of the topic today? Life is about taking one day at a time. I have come to understand why it's so good to take one day at a time. One day at a time. You never know sometimes what's around the corner. And sometimes it's just good to enjoy that day. Like just enjoy today. And today, that's all there is. This moment. Oiboan and Andrea. Que no hablo español. Yo no hablo español. I have no idea what language you're speaking. Because I only speak English and Kiswahili and Kikuyu and a little bit of Kamba. I know a little bit of Spanish. I actually forgot my first language. My mother tongue, I no longer speak my mother tongue, which is Kamba, Portuguese. Oh, are you from Brazil or Portugal? I know there are a few places, or Mozambique. Hi everybody. So you changed your name again? Now you're Ghost 7777. Nobody? Please like, share, subscribe, activate. I know, right? A little bit. I have lost weight a little bit. I think YouTube changed. Oh, YouTube changed your name? Oh, wow. Never heard of such a thing. Thank you, love. I have lost some weight. Look at how. I told you guys when I started this year, I was going to lose some weight. I look great. Thank you. I finally started moving. I think when I got a new job and I wasn't staying home a lot, I think I stopped eating as much. Thank you, love. Yeah, I started a new job like 3 months ago, and that's why you don't see me up online a lot. Yeah, so that's been keeping me busy, but I like going online. Yeah, whenever I have time, or sometimes I'll do it in the morning, very early before I go to work. Happy days. Yeah, it is good, but it also takes time from doing the things that you would want to do. Your hair's curly too. What kind of products do you use? Thank you, Nielsen. Is it me or is it the hair? I thought I'm beautiful. So it is easier to breathe, yes. So this was the side that was kind of like not breathing very well, but it is still not very. It's still like at night I still have to wear like things to help me breathe, to so that I don't snore. Otherwise, I'll snore and not breathe very well. But no pain, healed. I don't, my nose no longer crooked like this. It kind of looks more straight, but I'll have it checked. The last time the doctor checked said that the swelling will go down. Into mouth taping to help breathing, like you cover your mouth when you're sleeping. I have done it actually, and whenever I do it, I sleep very well. Whenever I cover my mouth and so I'm not mouth breathing, I usually sleep very, very well. Hello, a beauty Kambele 151. Thanks, love. How are you? Hello, Abina. Diva Guide, nice to see you again. I remember you. I do. What's a crap machine? A CPAP. A CPAP machine? What's that? Let me see. CPAP machine. One of this. You see that woman? She's wearing like something like this. This is the CPAP machine. Does this stop you from breathing through your mouth? These. I think this one is for people with real sleep apnea. Am I married? No, I'm not married. I'm doing good, sister. I'm doing good. Nice to see you again. So you use the CPAP machine when? Why? Yeah, I think it's for people with really big, huge on sleep apnea. Yeah, like somebody who, like, they cannot sleep at all. My country is Africa. What did you dodge? Hi Hamza, nice to see you again. Kaviman 79, I'm doing well. Thanks for the rose. Why do you think your brother needs a CPAP machine? Oh God. East Africa. Haki Okumas from Turkey. Hi, love. And then this guy with a palm said hi. Hi, palm guy. Oh, Istanbul. Wonderful. Yeah, I think snoring affects quality of sleep. Yeah, and sleep is so important. I always get I always feel tired and irritated when I don't get a good night's sleep. I'm sounding like a Tanzanian. Me? Tanzanian? No, no. I don't even sound like a Tanzanian. What are you talking about? I don't understand whatever language you speak in Istanbul. English is there? No, I don't understand. Sister Mzungu Natiko, your mom snows so bad you have to go get a hotel room. Oh my God. That is something else. Ooh, me, Hamza, or who affected your quality of sleep? Good night from Greece. Good night, love. No, sleep is so important because people who don't sleep well are at risk of getting Alzheimer's, because when you sleep is when the brain integrates your memory and makes you remember things. It organizes things when you sleep. That's why we have dreams, because the body is trying to organize things, and when it's in the process of organizing things, you get a dream. And if the body is not able to organize things, that's how people get Alzheimer's in their old age. So you have to be very careful to monitor your sleep. What about Drogba? Is Drogba from playing for Istanbul? Are you talking about Didier Drogba? Do Yemen people have dark-skinned people? I don't know. No, I'm not giving you no chance, Hamza. Let me break your heart right now. Hamza, are you the one who said I will be like your 5th wife, or your, I don't know, your 10th wife? Raphael. No, my lips are not made for your lips. Raphael, don't kid yourself. Oh, oh, Raphael. Raphael has game. You see, he has game. He's saying my smile is more beautiful than 1,000 sunsets. Now you might get me a little bit. What if I hate sunsets? I mean, I love sunsets. I love sunrises more. Sunrises are very beautiful. Who else snores at night? I snore like, guess my name. Subscribe to my channel, see my videos, you'll get to know my name. Abdurafu. Nice to see you. It's the first time I've seen you here. You're welcome. I always think that the sun is the most dramatic thing that happens because the sunrises are beautiful and the sunsets are beautiful and they're different every day. So I feel like the sun is the most dramatic, I don't know, what can you say? Because the sun gives life. Like, it's kind of like a god. I do understand why like the Egyptians had a sun god, because the sun is very dramatic. It's the most dramatic thing I've ever seen in my life. Raphael loves my curly hair. He'd love to get lost in it. The sun is like endless supply of sugar. The sun is a special star just like me. I think Raphael has game. Of all the people who've been here that have talked to me on this channel, Raphael, you have game. I know, and I know Raphael is a player. He knows exactly what to say to a girl. This man is dangerous. That man is dangerous. If you're dating Raphael, you had better keep up. You had better keep up to his game. Huh? Hamza is saying Raphael is just here to make me jealous. But you know, Hamza, you have to learn the game from people who understand the game. And I always talk about this. I always talk about the human nervous system. People like to feel good. It's the nervous system. It likes happy feelings. So if you want somebody to like you, you have to pair yourself with something they like. Raphael understands psychology. He understands that the more sweet things he tells me, the more I like him, because that's how life works. You know, that's why you see people pair themselves with money, with kindness, with sweet words, with kind gestures. If you don't pair yourself with those nice things, people will not like you. No, I'm just saying that if you like somebody, there's an approach that there's always an approach that can win somebody over, and there's always an approach that can can chase somebody away. Like there's another guy came here and told me, oh, I'd love to be, you look like you'd be my third wife. Me? You already have two wives, you think I want to be a third wife? You know, and then there is Raphael telling me, like my smile is as beautiful as the sunset. Those are, you know. Tawik is from Algeria. He says he's very beautiful in appearance. His body is athletic, romantic, and he is white. Who wants Tariq? You know, Raphael could be an 80-year-old woman. I don't know. You know, you could also be a 90-year-old man. I don't know. I have no idea. Tawik could be 120 for all we know. We don't- Raphael says he's 29 years old, and he's going to law school in the United States. Anybody can be anything in this internet. You never know for sure. But it's nice. I like men who educate themselves. You see? He's 29. He's still very youthful. He's taking his life seriously. He's going to law school. Yeah, that's a man working on himself. And he knows how to use his words. Poetic. He's the romantic kind. You know that song that says, guess who's got the girl? Well, that's who got the romance. The one who has the girl is the one who has the romance. There is a reason why people like romantic people. They're people who make them feel good. Relationships are about making the other person feel acknowledged, seen, important, cared for. And then you show that with actions. Tawik, no, I don't want any of those things with you. Light Veil is an astronaut on the way to Mars. Bon voyage. Raphael says, I love your eyes, big and more beautiful than all the stars in the sky. See, I love Raphael. Tariq says his body is white, very romantic, and hot in bed. Ew. 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 It's not romantic. Antonio, my future wife, I'm not flattered. I'm not flattered. Do better. Do better. Do better. Antonio, do better. My future wife, that does not tell me anything. Tariq, I said no. I already said no. I'm somewhere in the US. I will not tell you where. Antonio, pretty babies, I don't care. We're gonna have, I don't care. Hamza is a jealous type, says Raphael is going to get boring after the fifth date. Well, At least he gets to get a date, right? Sister Mzungu Natiko says he's starting to love Raphael. Raphael understands the game. Tariq, you will never get a number from me, not the number of how many years I have or my phone number, you know, nothing, no numbers. If you don't have a girlfriend or a wife, learn from Raphael. Become somebody who is pleasant to be around. Say nice things to a woman. Bring her gifts. Give her, you know, if she needs a financial support, make sure you give her financial support. Take her to nice dates. Talk to her nicely. You know, make her nervous system want to love you. But if you don't say the nice things, her nervous system will not like you. People don't fall in love with their feelings. They fall in love with everything, their whole body, you know? So you see, Hamza, can you learn from Raphael? He says, I am reachable like the rays of the sun. Sister Mzungu is like, we might have to fight over Raphael. See, now Raphael has 2 girls fighting over him now. Hamza, you cannot marry me. I'm not desperate to get married. Women must fall in love. Are you making me marry you by force? Oh, you're not a girl? Unless I want you to be, okay, noted. See? Hamza, be on a beach by yourself. If I was a guy and I wanted to date a girl and I wanted to have a woman, the last thing would be, in my mind, I would not go like, hey, I want to marry you. Because you tell a girl you want to marry her the first day, she's like, BS. You don't know me. You cannot marry me. I don't even know you. I don't love you. So every girl knows that. Even if she wants to get married, she knows that the first time she meets a guy, it's not about marriage. It's about getting to know each other. So if you get to know a woman first, she has more respect for you and what you say. She's able to believe what you say and respect you, because women don't like men who don't think about things. We like to see careful planning, careful thinking. So if you get to know me and you decide you don't like me, that is fine. At least you took time to get to know me, and then you decided the relationship cannot progress. I think Hamza, your game comes on after Raphael goes to sleep. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Like when you say a woman to a woman like I want to marry you the first time you meet her, yeah, she just thinks you're crazy or you're desperate. That nobody ever liked you and you just want to marry any girl that you meet. It doesn't work like that. Women don't like to be rushed when it comes to love. You must assure her that you want her to take her time to get to know you. You know, some of you want to rush a woman to bed. A real woman doesn't like to be rushed. If you're in a hurry, go out there, get somebody else who is in a hurry like you. But women don't like to be rushed to make important decisions like who to marry, who to go to, you know? So, yeah, in these days, she will block you. She will block you very fast. Oh, God. What if I'm desperate and she's desperate? I don't know. Why would a woman be desperate? I don't see why a woman would be desperate. Like, I don't want to get married to you. I don't know you. Hamza is super messy. If we don't like it, we divorce. See? You see how people who are desperate make decisions? Marriage is supposed to be a long life thing, a lifetime affair. But, you know, some of you go into marriage with the idea, like Hamza, that I can always divorce. That's not the attitude to go into life with. You need to go into life with the idea that you want a lifetime partner. That is why you take your time. Don't be in survival mode that you're just going for anyone. Your skin is smooth and unique. I have never seen someone like you in all my life. Thank you for the privilege of admiring your beauty. You see? You see? Those are beautiful words. Like, no, Raphael is like a teacher here for you guys. Hmm? Women need to hear beautiful words because a woman is like a flower that needs water so that it can blossom into its full bloom. And words of affirmations, like Raphael knows the words of affirmations. You need to have words of affirmations like that. Hamza is saying, sister, you are brother. Hamza is saying, go on a date with Arvia and ruin my life. You see, the thing is, I don't go out on dates with people I've met on the internet because it's so dangerous. I have had so many cases of girls on the internet going out on dates with people from the internet and they end up dead. Okay? It's no joke. It's no joke. So those are things you don't do for your safety. Sister, he said it himself. He said, why do you assume I'm a sister? He said, bah ha ha ha, you call me, I'm brother. Wee. Okay. Why am I on the internet? Oh, you think I'm on the internet because I'm looking for somebody to marry me? Are you serious? It's so hard to see your profile pic though, because like it comes in really small circles, and I'm now wearing my eyeglasses. My name is Kanini. Yes, my name is Monica. You checked? You checked my videos? Yeah, I have, my channel is post-traumatic bliss. Post-traumatic bliss. I'm not on the internet to look for a husband. Sorry guys, I'm here to help people with trauma and healing and finding happiness after trauma, finding a joyful life after going through a very, very hard time. I have classes, posttraumaticbliss.com. You can enroll in my classes. Go to posttraumaticbliss.com, book an appointment, and then I can help you. I can help you get over things. I can help you learn about mental health. I can help you move from where you are stuck right now to getting unstuck. If you're feeling burnout, I can help you understand what burnout is. Yep. Wingman vibe. Yes, Hamza has learned a good lesson today. Hamza, did you learn your lesson? You know, sometimes things happen and then you can learn a lot. You can learn so much from other people like Raphael. That is a life lesson. And honestly, I don't understand why most men don't understand this. You see, like that explains your calm, smooth voice. Monica means counselor, advisor. That explains the calm melody of your beautiful voice. Hamza, I did not make you fall in love with me. You chose to fall in love with me. But people like people all the time. What you fell in love with is my energy, because we fall in love with people because of the vibe, the energy that they have. And I'm not saying that any one of you needs my classes. Maybe you do not need. Not everybody needs medicine. Not everybody is sick. Not everybody needs a teacher or a mentor. Not everybody needs it. But if you need to understand mental health for yourself and you want to learn more about mental health, I have those classes and they will help you. Says Raphael is doing deep Google search right now. I respect people who do research, people who do their work. Remember Raphael, he has to learn research because he is working, he is studying law. And I think if you think about somebody who just went to law school and they are book smart, but add somebody who went to law school, they are book smart, but they also know how to communicate, they will be the best advocates for their clients because they know how to use the right words. They understand the power of words. They understand the power of framing, like the framing effect. They know that there are words that they can use, and the judge will listen more to their client. And they know there are words that they can use, and the judge will not want to hear more about their client. It's all about the energy in the words, how you put it, the energy out there. You know, I am more responsive to Raphael than Hamza because of the way they use words. Raphael is like, I want to marry you. And I'm like, that feels like an attack. My nervous system feels attacked when somebody just says, I want to marry you out of the blue. Like, whoa, 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 whoa. Let's not go there. Oh, well, Raphael says words that make me feel good. Automatically, who has broken the barrier? Who is breaking down the walls? Because everybody has walls to protect themselves. Who is trying to break down my walls? Raphael is doing a better job than Hamza. Hamza. Hamza ni nyege sana. What's nyege? I don't know what nyege means. Raphael. So, Hamza, you learn. You live and learn. Women are like flowers. Women are like birds. They need that energy opened up. This is what I think a lot of men don't understand, because most of you men, you don't know psychology. Even when I offer you classes and you know you have money, you will not take that psychology class. And because you will not take that psychology class, you do not understand energy. And you do not understand why you keep getting rejected by women over and over and over and over. And I can tell you, energy does not lie. Energy is 100%. If a woman is rejecting you, it's because of energy. It's really because of energy. Now, here's how you can help a woman with energy, to open up energy. You know how somebody sometimes, I don't know if you've ever been broke, but have you ever been broke and you're sad and depressed? And like, you're like, oh God, I'm just not having it. And then your friend calls you, and then you tell them like, shoo, I'm broke. And they're like, oh, I can send you 5,000 grand. And they're like, you can send me 5K? And all of a sudden your energy opens up, right? Like your energy opens up. Money is energy. Words are energy. You know, some people, they, instead of hugging somebody, they push people or they hit them with something. That is also energy, is negative energy. So you have to think about the energy that you're purposely putting in. And sometimes it is hard, especially why it's very hard sometimes is like when you're told to turn the other cheek. Like somebody slaps you, you turn the other cheek, right? Like you're being told not to fight back. What am I saying? You don't want to train your brain to be a fighter, like fighting in relationships. Like you gotta study energy and see what makes people's energy go like, whew. Then you can do those things and you become more magnetic. That is why Raphael is more magnetic than Hamza. No, yeah, I'm rejecting your advances for sure. You see how Hamza uses his energy. He says that you are, and I enjoy when I see smirk on your face. Would you want a guy who tells you those things? Would you like somebody who tells you such a thing? No, I would not want to be around that energy. And see, Raphael says, thank you, my beautiful lady, with a flower. And all I'm saying is energy. You have to see this energy and how it plays in your day-to-day life, because everything around this planet is mental health. Everything is energy. Energy will not lie to you. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Oh, you confirm that I am flower? That is not wrong. Women are like flowers. I think the right woman that's well adjusted, you know, she normally likes beautiful things. She likes to put on nice, to dress well. She likes to have beautiful hair. I think women like that. Like women who are well adjusted, they will like nice things. Sister Mzungu is like, sorry, I tried, Hamza. Hamza, am I mean to you? Am I mean to Hamza? Oh, it's energy, baby. It's all energy. Don't blame me. Blame your energy. I can't say where I'm from. On the internet, I cannot say where I am from. It's not good to say things like where you're located on the internet. Always safety first. Safety first. Not that I don't trust any of you guys, or I think that you're me. It's just like, those are the policies of this channel. Ooh, ooh. Whoa, Raphael. Hamza wants to send you dirty socks. What's going on? No, it's my hope that in this channel we are learning, as much as we are joking and having fun. I hope that we are learning about energy, that we are learning about mental health, that we are actually, like, this is a very good example about energy. Hello, Bruno. Learn Deutsch. I don't speak Deutsch. Yeah, you guys keep safe. Location, I always say, you know, keep safe, especially if you're under the age of 18. Do not share your age. Do not share your age here. I don't like people sharing their age just because if you're young and if you are like below the age of 18 and 21, I don't wanna be responsible for you. Like if you meet if you don't meet the right person on this internet. I want everybody here on this channel to be safe. Everybody be safe. Do not share your location. Be safe. Be safe. Safety first. Don't feel like you have to share your name. Don't feel like you have to share anything with anybody. Your address, your number, nothing. And I set a good example so that you follow, so that you're safe. Nice meeting you, Raphael. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Whew. Yes, you can use VPN. Definitely, you can use your VPN to 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 so that it doesn't show your location. Um, yeah. So yeah, just I mean, just for privacy, you know. Do I think Trump is good or not? I don't like Trump. Everybody on this channel knows I don't like Trump. I think he's a liar. I think he's a con man, and I think he's looting the country. But the country doesn't care, so never mind. The people don't care whether he's looting them or not. So I guess he can do it. I don't think he's a good president. I think he's a liar. You know, I think Trump has been caught lying like 50,000 times, and people stopped counting when they hit like 50,000 times, because it's like, dude, he lies all the time. I think he's the worst of the elites. He's among the worst of the elites, but you know, I admire his ability to con people, to tell lies and get away with it. He knows that he has such power on people that he said that he could go to Times Square and shoot somebody and nothing will happen to him. Who do I trust on the left? I don't know. I don't think I trust any politician. Let's get that one clear. Politics is not a place where you go and look at somebody who you're going to trust. They're politicians. It's politics. I mean, if your family members can betray you, what do you think about politicians who are not even close to you? They can, you know, I don't trust politicians. It's not my thing to trust a politician, but I also look at their policies and what their policies are doing. And I read the Project 2025. That project is a terrible thing to happen, but I mean, people want it to happen. So you just have to let it happen. I think I'm going to be okay either way. Either way, I'm going to be okay. Because I have you guys supporting my channel. It is definitely a matter of choosing between the lesser evil, 100%. It's a matter of choosing the lesser evil. And I think the left is the lesser evil. um, yeah. um, what most people don't understand is like when it comes to freedoms, we do give up our rights and some of our freedoms for the government to protect us, but you don't want to give up all of your rights to the government, because you're just giving them more rights so that they can weaponize them against you. So for example, let's say like marriage, like if we say divorce was illegal, we could send everybody who divorced to jail. Or if we could say cheating in a marriage was illegal, we could send all cheating husbands to jail. That is why I like the left. The left understands that this is not about God. This is not about anything, your relationship between you and God and your morality. This is about the government and your rights and the law. So there are things you don't want to be taken to jail for. Let's say you're a man and you marry a man. This is not a matter of you and God. This is a matter of you and the law. Do you want to throw adults who choose to marry each other to jail just because it's a man and a man? No, because I mean, it's not anybody's business. They can get married and figure out their financial life and leave me out of it. I don't want to see people, you know, if they're having consensual sex, whether it's between a man and a man, a woman and a woman, and they decide to get married, that's illegal. It's between the law and them. So when it comes to the law, you don't want the law punishing you for things that are your freedom. Like for me as a woman, reproductive rights. I don't want, if I go to hospital and I'm having a difficult pregnancy and I'm like, I don't want to carry this pregnancy, it's too bad for me. If I want an abortion because of my health or because of my medical history or because of something, I don't want to go to jail for that, because that's a health and personal decision that the government should not be involved in. Now, if you think that is a sin and I'll go to hell to that, with that, that is between me and God. Let him condemn me. But don't throw me to jail. You know, like I feel like a lot of people don't understand. Those are the kind of like freedoms, like basic freedoms the left wants people to have. Okay, so let me go back. Hamza says, if I was an American, I wouldn't trust my dog. What do you mean? I'm a Christian. I was raised a Christian. I think I'm still a Christian. But please don't put me in the same bucket as all these other Christians, because I know Christianity has a lot of weirdos, and I'm not one of those. I'm from Africa. People are guessing where I'm from. Hamza is a Muslim. Let me turn on the lights. It's dark in here. I just remembered earlier today I went shopping to buy some makeup, I bought this flash. Ooh, let me see it. Let me try it on. Oh, look at that. Hmm. Oh wow, look at that. Ooh, let's try this. You see? See the difference? Ah, you see that shine? Nice. But anyway, I respect whatever decisions people decide, whatever government people decide to choose, because it's democracy. It's government of the people, for the people, by the people. And if that's what people want, whatever government that people choose, if that's what they want, then that's what people want. You know, my opinion never counts in a democracy. The only thing that counts is my vote. Hamza, you give your phone to your wife? Doesn't she have a phone? Like, what's going on? You see, I know Hamza wants me to become like a second wife or a third wife. I'm not going to allow you to make me a third wife. Why do men need more than one woman? One woman, if I was a man, I would not want anything to do with more than one female. More than one woman, you're looking to die young, to die from a heart problem. You want problems. More than one woman is a man who is looking for problems. Your husband cannot love you too. Hamza's wife, what's your name? Your husband cannot love you equally. He must have a favorite. And the favorite, he gives more money. He gives more money to his favorite girl. Don't ever let somebody tell you that they love you equally with anyone. That is a lie from the depths of men cheating on women. It's true. A man tells you that it's true, he can find different things to love about people. Hamza is pretending to be his wife. This world. Okay, the greatest lessons you've ever learned about your mental health and your peace of mind. Tell me. Hamza, you got caught. We caught it. We caught up to your drama. Hamza is full of drama. Ooh. Life is hard for Hamza. GH says Hamza is full of some shit. Oh God. Hamza. Hamza, get a life. Stop impersonating your wife. Do you even have a wife? Do you even have a wife? How many wives do you have, Hamza? I know you're Muslim and Muslims can have up to 4 wives. Hamza, why would you take more than 1 wife? Don't you think that it's a lot of problems to have more than 1 wife? I don't know. Imagine having like, I don't know. I could not have more than 1 husband if I was to get married, you know. But there are women who in Tibet, they can marry more than 1 husband. The culture allows them to have more than 1 husband because life there is very difficult. So difficult that women have to have more than 1 husband so that everybody can work and help the household. I personally don't want anything to do with more than 1 husband or one mother. I don't want to be in those polyamorous relationships ever. Well, I think she has like kids with everybody, but they don't know whose child is whose because they are all one big family. So I mean, unless the child comes out looking as somebody, they never know who it is. So this Tibetan family, this woman,
authentic life of marriage.
she has 3 husbands.
2 or 3 wives and a woman with several husbands. It has been over thousands and thousands of years. This is still existing in the Himalayan region, Tibet. Good morning and Tashi Delek to all my beautiful people from all over the world. Hope you are having an amazing day. This is Jamyang and what?
So this woman, she has three
Best
husbands.
of Tibet without the stress. You dream Tibet and polyandry. Polyandry is actually still practiced at the beginning of 21st century, and it is particularly very common in some rural regions of Shikadze or in eastern Tibet, even nowadays. And in my opinion, polyandry actually has a very stressful
This
life.
is the woman.
And she lives with several men is very complicated.
Those are her
And if she
husbands.
agrees with this marriage, she then has to accept to care each husband as equal and to be more loving and generous for that. In the family, it comes good fortune and lucks. So what is your attitude towards polyandry?
Yeah, what is your attitude? I mean, one husband is a doctor, the other one is a shepherd. He takes care of the animals, the one who is a doctor, and I don't remember what the other one does. But at night, she will go to either one of the rooms, one of the husbands. No, yeah, I don't want to marry nobody. Habibi, that's sad. In this case, we know it's my... What do you mean she never has a headache? She says he can book Tuesday or Friday. You know what? When I saw that clip about her and having 3 husbands, I was a little bit jealous of her because it's very hard to find just one husband. And this woman has 3 husbands, you know, and they all seem to really want to be with her. Like they all love her. It's like they want this woman, all the 3 of them. And I was like, wow. And they provide for her. One is a doctor, one is a shepherd, one does, I don't know what else. But they all provide for her and her children. She works a lot. She's a very hardworking woman. But she has 3 men protecting her every day, providing for her every day. And I was like, and she has 3 men loving her every day. I'm like, wait, I mean, it's a lot, but I was like a little bit, like a little jealous. I was like, that would be nice. I'm an independent woman. I do everything for myself. It would be nice to have people doing shit for me. No, Natiko, Hamza, and Raphael are going golfing. Well, it's not weird for you, Hamza. I'm not saying it's weird. I mean, I would not see, I would not want it to be like I am a 3rd wife of somebody. But if it was the other way around, like I have 3 husbands, I would consider that more than considering to be a 3rd wife of anybody. You know what I mean? If I have 3 men providing for me, you know, I would take that over being a 3rd wife and he is splitting his assets and his money among 3 wives. Just the way I see it, from just pure math. From just pure math and what's in it for me. See, well, for Hamza, you have 3 women taking care of you. That, like, getting in Muslim culture, men have 3 women taking care of them. If this one does not cook, he will go to the other one who has cooked. If there's no food there, he'll go to this one. If there's no clean clothes, he'll go to the other one. You know, that is a good way to have like people taking care of you in the name of marriage. Yeah, and you're not even obliged to love them. You're just there. Um, well, in the Himalayas, why they mostly have 3 husbands in the Himalayas is because it's very, very difficult to survive in the Himalayas. It's not an easy place to survive. So one man, 3 men marrying 1 woman is the best solution for them so that they can survive the harsh conditions. So if they have 1 woman, you know, and they can provide for her, they can ensure that their children will grow, because all of them 3 are providing for their children under 1 woman, under 1 roof. So it makes them easy, it makes it easier for them to survive, to have their young ones, raise kids. She probably had like 6 or 7 children. But it means that whenever she gives birth, her kids are able to survive because the kid has 4 adults providing for them. I'm not, well, yeah, they have to wait. How do you think? What do you think? They have to wait. It takes 9 months, nine months to have a baby. So yeah, you would have to wait. But I think she marries them not in the beginning. Like, I think her 3rd husband is much younger, like compared to her first husband. So she will add a husband if there's more work that needs to be done. And I mean manual work. I don't mean the other type of work. If there's more work that makes everybody like easy to survive, you know, so she married a doctor, and then, you know, she needed somebody to take care of all the animals. So she married a shepherd, and then she married a 3rd husband who was much younger. I don't remember what he does, but I think he was young enough to make more babies, you know. No, because you don't understand. The Himalayas is very difficult place to survive. It's very difficult place to find food. It's always cold. So you always have to make sure that there is heating, like your house is warm, there is food, and one man and 1 woman, they cannot do the job. Men, you require more men in the house to go and support the household. You require more men. So because of the nature of how difficult it is to survive, yeah, she requires like 3 husbands. You know, I feel like that's kind of like my position right now. But, you know, I'm a Christian. I cannot have more than 1 husband. But, you know, you could have 1 guy who pays the bills, 1 guy who takes care of the children, and then the other guy who takes care of you. It could be perfect. It could be perfect. And this economy is very difficult. Now you have to be the one taking care of the kids, taking care of the home, taking care of the... It's just a lot of work. It's just better to be single at this point. How Hamza, now you're desperate. No, I don't mind working. I like making my own money. I think as an adult, I would hate to have to ask somebody else for money. Whether it's a man or a woman, I would not want to be, and I have never ever enjoyed asking people for money. Even my friends, I don't call them and ask them for money. I don't even think I've done that. Okay, I have done that with my friend. Well, yeah, with my very close friends, we have, you know, she had helped me like several times when I didn't have finances like in order. But I don't like having to ask people for money. Hamza, I'm not going to marry you. I do not, I still want to work for myself. I like making my own money. And at this time, I don't think most men cannot afford 2 wives and children. I don't think they can. And that's why yeah, most men cannot afford that life. I would not even, yeah, if you have a wife and a child, I think in this age, if you have one wife and one child, that's enough. That's enough. You don't need 2 children. It's not like making money. It's not like making money. Hamza. Hi, Edwards. No, seriously. Whoever accused you of being gay, not that I have a problem. If you're gay, I don't have a problem with gay people, because some of you think because I'm Christian I have a problem with people being gay. I do not. I only have a problem with pedophiles. That's all. But consenting adults, I don't have a problem. Trying to bring my calls back with my conditioner. Edward, Hamza says he's not gay. Of course I'm in the States. I could be anywhere in the States. I don't ever say where I am. Oh, I do like this thing. Let me try this other one. So this one is kind of like a bronzer. I wasn't going to buy it, but oh goodness, I really liked it. Yeah. Hamza, can you afford a woman even like me? I'm very expensive. I'm so expensive. You know? Somebody said men should choose a woman at their price point. Okay, I naturally have like this deep, dark contour. My face is naturally slim, like chiseled. So it doesn't take much for me to chisel it. Why does everybody here want to marry me? Or is Edward saying that you're going to marry Hamza? Match made in heaven. Match made in heaven. No, I really like this. I bought these two today. What did the tornado say to the coconut tree? I'm gonna break you. It said, I'm going to break you. I don't know what the tornado said to the coconut tree. What did it say? Tell us. Hi, love. Yeah, I don't know where Hamza went. He refused to tell us what the tornado said to the coconut tree. Let me break your heart. You will not have a life with me, Edward. It's not gonna happen. Because I don't meet people online. And also because I love being single. I'm way past the marrying age. I know I look young because I take care of myself. But I'm past the age where people get married. You know, every time as a woman grows older, and this is something that most men don't understand, as a woman gets older, she loses interest in men. Like it happens, like she just naturally will lose interest in romantic relationships, and she will start focusing on other things in her life. I didn't realize that that could happen to me, but it already happened to me. So it can happen, you know, that so like yeah, it's also very hard for men to please women like me who have been single for a long time, um, and who are not what do you call it, like desperate or really looking to get into a relationship. You know, when you're happy, when you're single, when you have a good life and you're single, you're not bothered. You know, you're not bothered whether you get into a relationship or not. You're not bothered whether you have kids or not, you know, because society pressures women to have all these things. And when you get into a certain level of spirituality and you realize, like, you know, this is conditioning, this is society demanding things from you, you don't have to conform to those things, whether you're a man or a woman. You can decide, you know, to be single, you can decide not to have kids. Once you realize that you are actually an adult, you're grown enough, you can make those decisions for yourself, and you realize I can even do nothing. You know, um like my hair falling off. Yeah, and you realize, like, oh, you can't even do nothing and your life will still be fine, and you won't have any problems. Like, it's very hard to be in a relationship after that, because men don't know how to deal with a woman who is not desperate. But that's why I say I like people like Raphael. They know that a woman like me is not desperate. So you better come and say nice things to get into my heart. Otherwise, it's closed. If my heart is not going to open up, my legs will remain closed, you know? So, like, it's very hard for men to understand that when it comes to a woman like me. What do you mean? I was eating a biscuit. Oopsie. I bought these biscuits, tea biscuits. Yeah, so I like to use these for curls. Kind of make the curls. Hustlers, Mayo, Kingface, nice to see you. Hamza, what you won't let me, I asked you, what did the tornado say to the coconut tree? And you left and you didn't say anything. I thought your wife called you and she is mad at you for being on the internet for too long and you got shit to do and you're not doing it. It's the same for men at some point we can find unconditional love in the name of Jesus Christ in him. You know, like it gets to a point honestly and you're like, it's me and God. This life, it's me and God. So I stopped looking for unconditional love because I think it's too much to expect from people. Like you can't expect somebody to give you unconditional love, and I think it's abusive to expect a woman to give any man unconditional love, because a woman has responsibilities, and the first responsibility she has is to her kids. So I cannot love a man unconditionally because my kids cannot eat unconditional love. My kids will need a supportive, loving man who understands like unconditional love does not cut it, responsibility cuts it. You know, and I think unconditional love is a terrible thing. It's not good for society. It's not good for your mental health. People should be held accountable for their actions. That's why I say, personally, myself, I don't believe in what people say, true love or love at first sight. No, I want to see actions that say that you love me. Actions like your kind words, actions like your supportiveness. Like as a woman, I don't think you should go for love alone. Like love does not put food on the table alone. Let's see. What did Hamza write? I don't know. Hamza. Okay, that's funny. That is funny. What did the tornado tell the coconut tree? Hold on to your nuts. That is funny. Okay, next time I tell somebody to hold on to their nuts, I'll be like, no, I meant that was what the tornado told the coconut tree. That is true. Mr. Debonair 26, he says, so if I understand you correctly, most men you meet tend to be unsuitable or simply not on your vibrational level and expectations of a relationship. Yeah, okay, so the problem is with men these days, I don't think they take responsibility seriously. Like when a woman and a man are having a relationship, there is nothing childish about it. This is an adult relationship. For me, I'm a serious person and I like somebody to take it seriously if they want to be in a relationship with me. There is nothing casual about a man and a woman being in a relationship, because you could end up having a child. There is nothing casual about having a child. It's a human being that needs to be fed every day, that needs to have a place to sleep, that needs to be educated, that need to be counseled, that needs to have role models. Like, there is nothing casual about me and a man in any type of way, right? So when a man is coming to me and they proposing any kind of relationship, I do not want to hear stories. I don't care. Like, I want to hear real talk. I want to hear real talk. I don't, something that reflects my current state of mind and my understanding of life. So if a man comes and says, I want intimacy without commitment, for me is like, first, you don't understand life, and you don't know where you are going, and you don't know where you're from. Like, this kind of men, and I see them all the time, they don't know, they just think that a woman and a man can have a casual relationship, or they want fun casual dates. I don't want anything casual with a man, because the relationship between man and a woman, there is nothing casual about it. It's pure business. It is business. When it comes to a relationship between a man and a woman, it's pure business. You want a woman, maybe you want to get married, you want to have kids, you want, all these things cost money. Like, a relationship between a man and a woman is a business, it costs money. So, like, yeah. So that one. So most men are unsuitable. So, like, if you're not able to provide for a family, I'm not looking for a roommate. Like, if you can provide for a family, then go get a man and be a roommate with a man, because a woman and a man, we are not roommates. We could end up having children. If I want a roommate where we are splitting 50-50, I'll get a woman and she can have one room, I can have another room, and we can be roommates. There are still men who think that they can come into a woman's life and do 50-50 like roommates. I'm like, I'm not your roommate. You're supposed to be a man, so we cannot be roommates. Like, there is no understanding about the proper boundaries of a relationship. So expectations, they are gone. And then let's talk about vibrational frequency. So if a man wants to be your roommate and split 50-50, the vibe is off. The vibe is off because as a woman, you naturally are looking for a man who is going to be the head of the household. And, it's hard to be the head of the household if you're coming like a roommate. 50-50, like a roommate. I don't know. That is kind of off. I don't know. It's so many things. My education level, just the way I think about politics and life, so many things kind of like don't sink in with a lot of people. And so I find it more peaceful to be by myself and not have problems. Oh yeah, maybe that. Now I saw the joke comes, I had to look at. Well, unconditional. So for me, I don't believe in unconditional love. I don't believe in unconditional love between a man and a woman, because yeah, I can love my kids unconditionally if I have children, because I don't have a choice of loving them, because they grow up inside of you. Their nervous system is wired to your nervous system. You have all these flood of emotions and hormones when you give birth to kids. So you just have to love them, because even nature wants you to bond with a child. it's not natural for nature to want me to bond with a man. A man has to provide things to me so that I can fall in love with him. It is very conditional love between a man and a woman. Like a man has to be there to protect a woman, to provide for her and her children, for that woman to see this is the man. This is the person that I want. Nature has conditioned women to look for men that have the ability to protect them and their children. Those are the kind of things that women look so that they can fall in love with a man. A man telling me to fall in love with him unconditionally and he has nothing that he's providing, for me that's like a scam. Like that's somebody who wants to scam you. That's somebody who wants to confuse your mind. It doesn't work like that. Let's see. Hamza says like this channel will grow like our love for each other. Where am I from? I'm from Africa. And you say you don't like me? Hamza, I want to travel to the world with you. That's Edwards. Oh my God. I have so many proposals on this channel. Edwards, where do you want to travel? Where do you want to take me? Mr. Debonair, wouldn't you agree that that's quite a generalization to put men in the same box? I sometimes make that mistake of generalizing, but I am very aware that men are not all the same. There are good men out there, there are bad men out there. It's just that majority of them are not good. And so when people generalize, it's because of the majority. There are very few good men out there that can make a woman feel safe. You know, and maybe because naturally we have a negative bias as humans. We always looking out for things that we should be careful about more than, like, we human beings have a negative, is been proven by psychology. We have a negative bias. We're always looking out for ourselves. So we like to look at bad news and cautionary tales so that we don't fall victim over things like that. So I guess I may be very well biased because of all the horrifying stories that you hear that men have done to women, like, you know, terrible things. But that does not mean that I don't believe that there are good men out there. You know, because I've had men protecting women, I've had men protecting their daughters. So I know there are good men out there. I think you would love me. I don't know. Siamo says 50-50. You are thinking too much about love. You are waiting for me. Siamo is Mr. Right. What makes you think you're the Mr. Right for me? Like in your world, in your dreams. What do you think? What do you think I like? So that you think you would be my Mr. Right? You know? Hamza is already taken. Hamza is already married. He wants me to become his second wife. That cannot happen. Hamza thinks that if I get married with him, I would not have to work a job ever in my life. And like, money is not my driving force to be with a man. I would rather work and be by myself. If somebody thinks that I'm marrying them for money, I don't want to marry them, because a man is so many things. Like, real women look for other things other than money. I mean, I'm not saying I'm going to go for a broke guy, but I'm just saying I'm not going to look for just money in a man. It's not what I'm looking for. Like, I have money, I can take care of myself. So as a man, What do you have to offer a woman who already has money, a woman who already can take care of herself? What do you have to offer? Because I can fill out the questions you ask. If you are to be with me, you will work. So I always work, you know. Working for me is not, I know some people don't want to work. Working for me is not something that I find burdensome. I love working. I like moving around. I like doing things. I like doing my own things. So working for me is not like something that I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to work. I want to, you know, like working for me is no big deal. Working is work. Like you can work. The thing is, when I am, let's say, 8 months pregnant, or the baby is between 0 months to 2 years when they are being born, I don't want that child to be afraid that the mom is never around because she has to work. Like there are those times in a woman's life where she needs to focus on a child so that they can bond, so that the child can grow up with a healthy psychology. Those times I want the option of not having to work. But if a man cannot provide for me and the whole family during those times, let's say when I am 100% needing his love, his protection, his caring, his generosity, if that's the kind of man that goes 50-50, he will not be able to do those things for a woman. You know, that's why I'm like, if a man is looking to be a roommate for a woman, we will not work together. Because I don't want to be with a man and lower my quality of life. I'd rather just be by myself and have a better quality of life. I'm not waiting for Mr. Right. Actually, when I'm talking about this, just know, like I am just saying, if I was to be in a relationship, I am not looking for a relationship because I can fill out the questions you asked. If you are to be with me, you will work. How many kids do you want? I don't want kids. Hi, gamer. Usual suspects, we are. Two fires in the sky. My mind feeds on your love like a starving tree waiting for spring to come. But time is acting like a meme, repeating itself until we finally touch. You know, Hamza, now that is too much. I know what you're trying. I know now you're trying to be poetic, but that is too much. You know why I think it's too much? Because you don't know me very well, and you're saying you're talking about until we finally touch. You're talking as if we like. You're talking as if I already agreed to be yours, and now we are just waiting until that moment we finally touch. I never agreed to be your girlfriend. I never agreed to be anything about you. Nothing. So this is what men make a mistake. Like, it's like telling a girl that you just met that I love you. She already knows that that's a lie, because nobody can love you if they don't know you. So that, I like the progress. I like the progress. You're getting that. This is kind of like the language that I respond to. This is kind of like the energy that I respond to. But it is headed the wrong way. It is headed the wrong way. It is over-sexualized. I don't want to touch you. I don't know you. So, you know, you should not be saying such things in the beginning, you know, I'm just giving you clues. My mind feeds on your love. I have never given you any love, so I don't know. It just sounds like you just took words from the dictionary and you just pasted them here. I get it. Don't make sense to me, but whatever. I'm responding to Hamza's message, Gamer, over here. Yeah, Hamza, we are not usual suspects. We've never been in love. Try again. Try again. It's not flying with me. You're not flattering me in any way. You know, like, remember, Raphael was never saying anything about our love. He was just saying things that your smile is like the sunset. You know, nothing sexualized, nothing, you know, saying about love, nothing too much. You know, you kind of have to know, like, you know. Yeah. Yeah, Sima says, go with the flow. I never go with the flow with anybody. You will be flowing in that flow yourself. I don't go with the flow. I don't go with the flow. If you're a man and you think, oh, I'll be the head of a family, head of a relationship, I expect that you know what you want. And I take whatever men say to be the truth. If I know a man says he wants to go with the flow, what that tells me, this is somebody who is not serious in a relationship. This is not somebody who is looking to have a mature relationship. This is a wanderer. Somebody who is going to wander and wander and wander, eventually that person gets lost. You know, because they just want to wander around life to see, go with the flow. If you want to go with whatever flow, life will take you nowhere. This is the truth. You know, we can be good friends. I can settle with friendship. Now, you know, and I like that kind of, I kind of like that kind of, what do you call it? Openness from mining. We can be friends because this is the internet. That's all we can be, friends. That's realistic, very realistic, very mature, very, you know, it has understanding. Yeah, well, it's true. Context. We are talking about context. So if I said, don't swim up the river, what context am I using? Like, you have to understand there has to be some context that I say that in relation to. You can just pick up a line that I said and remove context and then paste it. Everything is understood in terms of context. Nothing exists independently of just like that. People wonder about the world lost, even when they have their world right in front of them and they destroy it. What's the context? Yeah, I think reality, sometimes we remove ourselves from reality and we don't want to see the obvious. Now I am lost. You can't write life and relationships in a book. Every day will bring new challenges. Yeah, in life, I guess that this happens all the time, especially when people betray their friends or their relationships, chasing another one out there, thinking that that other one will be better than what they have, and then they come to find out like it's all the same everywhere. You know, like if you don't like your wife because you know you have to pay all these bills and everything, there is no cheaper woman out there. Everybody requires money, everybody has to pay bills, you know. And so a lot of people chasing things out there is not really better out there. The life you have right there with you, that's a beautiful life. It's unique from everybody else's. It's also still a beautiful life, right? There is no better out there. Enjoy the one life that you have. I am not going anywhere. I am not living my life here that I am okay with and move anywhere for anybody. I already worked so hard to create a life for myself. It's okay. I'm living single. Living single is actually a very easy life. The only times when I wish I probably should get a dog or a cat is like when my energy is low and I need somebody to pick me up. Like I need like a pick me up, something, right? But I have noticed like if you're in a relationship, it doesn't mean that people know how to open up your energy. A lot of men don't even know how to open up somebody's energy. A dog does a better job than a man. I'm going to be honest with you. I know this is going to be something that most people don't want to understand, or most men don't even want to understand, but having a dog as a companion or a cat as a companion these days is much better than having a man as a companion, because men don't care about you. Men just care about what you can do for them. But you know, dogs and cats, they appreciate you. And it's, yeah. Yeah, it's better to have a pet than have a man. That is the reality of the situation, because a dog can open up your emotions more than a man can. A man feels more like a burden. I said what I said. I said what I said. I'm just being honest. A dog is more faithful than a man. Yeah. A dog is also more loving than a man. I'm not being rude. I'm being honest. And if the truth hurts you, then it hurts. A dog will not beat you. A man can easily slap you. Mr. Debonair, what are you saying? Once a young lady hits a certain age and still thinks men ain't shit, ain't-ish, it's perhaps time to figure out what it is about men that keeps attracting. What do you mean? I don't understand what that name, that what you're saying. I don't know. The one that says ain't and then ish, ain't-ish men. I don't know. Or what about them keeps attracting ain't shit men? It's true. Yeah, you really have to figure that one out. I 100% agree with you. Is if you keep attracting the wrong kind of situations in your life, you really have to wake up one day and figure out, why do I keep attracting these kinds of situations? Yeah, 100%. Women are supposed to be atrocious. Do you know, women women have to figure out a way to defend themselves in life, you know. Yeah, so what do you mean women can be atrocious? That, in what context? What's the context you're using this word atrocious? Most men don't even know how to use their power over a woman. I mean, there are people who know how to use power over a woman, but most men use it in a toxic way. Like, okay, like let's say somebody, let's say pimps use the power over a woman in a toxic way. They use physical energy to intimidate a woman, and then they use sexual energy to control a woman. So they know they use this energy in a terrible way. I'm yet to see a man who can master his energy and use it appropriately in a woman, so that that woman just loves him naturally. Because when a woman loves a man, it's easy for her to submit to that man. But when a woman hates a man, her whole body hates him. Like, she doesn't like the way he smells, she doesn't like the way he breathes, she doesn't like everything about him. When a woman hates a man, it's kind of like, it's a done deal. She's not going to change her mind about it, because it's not just her mind that hates the man, it's her whole body, her whole nervous system, everything. It's true. I don't, I don't think real men walk away from a woman when there is something going on. There are times when yeah, a woman can hate a man. I mean, when women get divorced, at the point that women are getting divorced, she's divorcing you because she hates you. And how can I tell you how many women be like, I don't like the way he smells, I don't like the way he walks in the room, I don't like When a woman is divorcing a man or is done with the relationship, she hates the man, and that's why most women cheat, because she's already done. When a woman cheats on a man, and that's why most men, they know they cannot forgive a woman who's cheated on them, is because they know that woman doesn't love them. Men know that when a woman cheats, when she gets to that point of cheating, she is not going to come back. It's, you know, it's she's done. Women cheat because they want to get rid of a man's energy and replace it with something else. Debonair, most men lack emotional intelligence. Well, if what I'm saying doesn't ring the bell for you, it doesn't. If what I'm saying makes you hate women, you just needed a reason to hate women. You just were there looking for a reason not to love a woman. And if you look for reasons not to love women, you will find reasons not to love women. The same way, like, if I was looking for reasons to hate men, which I don't hate men, I actually think most men are useful. At least they work and they do things in society and they are useful. But again, like Debonair says, a lot of men lack emotional intelligence. And that is not something that you can be taught. That is something you self-teach. That's something that you teach yourself. I think so meaning you're saying if you want a good man, don't fold until you get one. For me, I think what every woman should learn is to learn to be alone. Because I live by myself and I am happy. I pay my bills. I do things by myself. I take myself places. I travel. I do everything. I have hobbies. I have things that make me happy. And I think when a woman decides to be happy by herself, and she's okay living the next 70 years by herself, I'm not saying that she's going to be lonely. I'm saying that she has hobbies. She has a cat, she has friends, she has a job, she goes to church, she travels, she makes herself useful in society, and she makes that her life. She got things going on for her. If she sticks to that path, even if she's single for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, she's still gonna be happy. Just because I compared men to dogs, I don't think that says I hate women. I hate men. I said I compared the way men give love and the way dogs give love. Like when you have a dog and a pet, and the way they show you affection and the way some men show you affection, 100%, some dogs give better affection to women than men do. I'm just saying, like, there are men who make zero effort in when it comes to emotional intelligence. That is not being abusive. That is not like saying I hate men. That is calling a spade a spade. Like, am I supposed to make you, there's freedom of speech. Am I supposed to make my words sound like soothing to you. No, I don't have any responsibility for your feelings. I have to speak my mind. I'm just saying. I have the way we talk in life is we give stories, we compare things so that we make a point. Exactly. I like that. Yeah, if you cannot live alone by yourself and rely on yourself, you have nothing to give somebody else. You gotta have, you gotta have your life together so that you're able to give something. Because you cannot give something from an empty place. 100%. Debonair says, but I agree. What I appreciate most about a woman is her ability to enjoy her own company. I am a horrible person. I mean, okay. um, okay, if we are not happy with ourselves, how could we make other people happy even in every relationships? Mining be like, F your feelings, Simas. LOL. You can't eat off an empty plate. You cannot eat off an empty plate. Mhm. Yeah, and I think that is why, like if somebody doesn't bring you joy, go find somebody who understands what it is to be joyful and somebody who can give you joy. I am not doing any emotional labor for a man. you know you came from a family where your father did not love your mother. Figure out that environment made you to be in a position where you are not able to give love to a woman, and compensate for that lack by learning more about how, by learning more about the 5 love languages, how you can offer a woman love. But don't go there, you don't know about the 5 love languages, you don't know how to offer love, you don't know how to improve your game of communication, and then expect you're going to have like 5 women calling you. I will tell you to lose my number. Mining, you're saying I brought you so much joy. Simas, you would still take me out on a date? Why? You think I hate men? Why would you take me out on a date? You don't think... what if I have you for breakfast? What if I beat your head off? Simas, are you a woman? Mining is accusing you of being a woman. Are you one? When I was in college, my first year in college, another woman asked me out for a date. I said no because I don't date women. I'm not attracted to females. So yeah, that's where I stand. I'm not attracted to females. I don't know what kind of a she would have. I don't know. It would take me a lot to be attracted to another female. I don't know. I don't know what it would take. Sima says he is a fitness instructor, 30-year-old man. You have 20 of your own gyms. Good for you. I don't believe it. I think on the internet people can say whatever. But if you do, good for you. No, I 100% believe that that compact what do you say, compartmentalize, how do you say that word, compact my when you compartmentalize something. I don't know how to say that word. Let me write it down and see if Google says it right. How compartmentalize is to separate something into distinct isolated categories. Yeah, that word compartmentalize.
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 Compartment.
Yeah, that word. Like when people differentiate things in their mind, right? I think in dating, men compartmentalize, and so you will find that, and I have seen this, one man will treat, the same man will treat one woman so nicely, so tenderly, so lovingly, and the same man will treat another woman with cruelty. And I don't understand. It's kind of like when you go on a date with somebody and they're treating you well, but then they're treating the waiter so badly. Ego tripping. Yeah, so I find that people can decide, this person I'm going to pour a loving positive energy into, and this person I am just going to do the bare minimum, and this person I'm not gonna do anything at all. So I have seen that. And so when somebody in dating is not treating you well, is because they have decided that you are not the person that they want to treat good. We compartmentalize, is, you know, we decide what relationship you will have with your teacher, with your mother, with your friends, you know, we kind of have that. So hierarchy and dominance. What do you mean? Like in groups and societies, ego tripping people want to show dominance, so they act out. Oh, so when somebody is kind of like getting angry in a relationship and they are shouting and screaming at you, is because they want to show you that they are dominant. Because I've had that happen to me at work, like with my boss. And I thought, like, what's this attitude coming from? We are not meeting up for a date. We are not going anywhere. I don't meet people on the internet. Woo. I I don't change. I don't exchange my numbers. I don't exchange my emails. Um, this is the internet. Exactly. This is the internet. You want to stay safe. There's so many beautiful Irish women. Why would you even want to take the trouble? Yeah. I don't think I'm looking for a man who says you will be very fun to be with. I don't like people to use fun and me in the same word. You know what I mean? When you tell a grown woman like me that you're looking for fun, what do you think is going through her head? What's going through her head is, this person wants to waste my time. It's not a compliment. It says casual and a waste of my time. At least that is what goes in my head. It says big waste of my time, casual waste of my time. You can have fun with somebody else. You know, you can go ride a bike. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I'm talking about compartmentalization. In your mind, and I'm telling you because I know the words that people use tell you where they are placing you in their life. Okay, they just tell you. If somebody is using fun and you, that should tell you where they're placing you in their life. Not something serious, not somebody to be taken seriously. That's the way people use. That is compartmentalization. That is why we have in our brain, we have, and this is something you cannot deny, in our brains we have we have neurons. And what neurons do is they attach to each other and they form a neural language. So we have patterns of behavior associated to the words that we use, because language is sequenced in our brain. It's a neural pattern. So When a man is thinking of a woman and thinking fun, they're not thinking responsibility. You know, it's a neural language, it's neurosequencing, and that should tell you exactly where they're placing you in that category somewhere in their mind. Hiking, canoeing, whatever. Hi, Annette from India. You go down to the dog shelter tomorrow and pick up out a dog. You have to be careful when people are using, people don't use words, like people don't lie to you, people tell you what is going on in their mind, and like the words that they choose tell you everything about what's going on in their mind. You know, as a woman, if you're dating a guy and you hear words like no commitment, fun, casual, fun, casual, fun, casual. You know, those words, they kind of like link together in a man's mind, you know? And I understand, like, this is why it's so perfect. You're in Ireland, you're 500, you know, maybe 1,000 miles away from me. No way in your mind you would think responsibility, right? Because for you, you're just passing your time and this is fun. You know, it is fun. It's nothing serious, it's just fun. And you know, you categorize me somewhere in your brain as fun, and I have no problem with that. I just know it. I know it, I acknowledge it, and I can look past it because I know neural language and I know neurosequencing. Now, if you still want to take a mental health class with me because you understand that this girl knows what she's talking about, take one of my classes, go to Post Traumatic Bliss and book a consultation. My classes are easy, my classes are not very expensive, and you might learn something about mental health and how people think and the neurosequencing and why you should always listen to people's words carefully and their actions and gauge how sincere they are towards you and your intentions. Most people will surprise you. Mining say, not for me, I do this for a study of social structure and human behavior. It's true though. You know structure and social behavior and human behavior. So yeah, so when you hear a man saying fun to a woman, when you think about social structure and behavior, do you think a man who takes a woman seriously uses words like fun? Fun. When you look at what you know about human behavior and social structure. Well, if you're talking about the DSM-5, there is more than 5, definitely. I think there is more than 5. Most people will say there is more than 5. In fact, there is probably countless number of psychological things that people can have. Countless, you know. they just use those 5 for the purposes of insurance and paying people for, you know, and helping kids in school, paying for whatever things, you know, things on the spectrum, you know. They just do it because of insurance. That's why they named 5. But there's definitely more. There are definitely more issues that are not covered by insurance. Yeah, you know, it's in the it's just economics, it's business. Our society is complex. Uh, yeah, I think that's why it's good to always educate yourself. And yeah, it's big business. I think that's why self advocacy is important, and educating yourself, because if the psychologist you're going to is like book smart, and they're only looking at those 5 categories to figure out where to place your problem, and then the problem is outside of those 5, can you imagine? Just all the human beings, all the 5, maybe 10 billion of us, they think we only have 5 types of psychological issues. Obviously that's flawed. Yeah, the day we quit learning is the day we die. Seema, so much fun also connecting with you. Love you from Ireland. Thank you so much for joining the conversation. I always love when we have a conversation and we can kind of, you know, talk about things that are affecting us in psychology. I know most of you know much more. You know, for me, I educated myself on mental health as a personal journey, but I know some of you are out there studying. Sister Mzungu back, how are you? You're an autodidact polymath. Yeah, I think everybody, if you think like you have a problem that is outside the health industry or the psychological industry or whatever, is always good to read widely and figure out what is going on in your life. I say this because, you know, I had my own unique set of problems when it comes to mental health. And mimi I'm sawa, mi niko sawa. Yeah, so I took myself on a path to help myself, because I didn't think there was help in the psychological industry. And I think the biggest thing that they don't do is they don't educate people about mental health in school. If mental health was taught in school, you can be very well adjusted by the time you're in your 20s and by the time you're a young adult. But since it's like this big vacuum, it's not taught in high school, it's not taught in primary school, it's not even taught in what do you call it, in your bachelor's, and it's not even taught even when you're doing your master's. So a lot of people, that's why you find themselves in a marriage, they get divorced easily. They will get divorced easily because it's not taught anywhere. Like all these psychologists, they have this knowledge about mental health, about the benefits of being in a family, about the benefits of society. All this, they never teach it. And so people, they go into relationship without valuing them, without understanding the long-term values of being in a long-term relationship. Most of these men who are looking for women to have fun, who are looking for casual fun dates, they don't understand the benefits of being in a long-term relationship. That's why they cheat on their spouses. That's why, that's why they're ruining their marriage with alcohol addiction or drug addiction, because they don't value, because this is not taught. Yes, it starts with family. Most families, most parents don't even understand it in the first place. Like, if you're a woman and you're divorced, you come from a family that got divorced, you are twice as likely to get divorced in your marriage. Like, double your chances of getting in a marriage that you end up in a divorce doubles. And so if you come from such, if you knew those statistics before you are 20, before you start getting into serious relationships, you would probably ask yourself, why are my chances of getting a divorce doubled, and what can I do to ensure that I can make good decisions so that I don't end up in the divorce court? You could probably be able to answer those if it was taught early. So much about talking to take care of yourself, and we'll talk again soon. Love you, Simas. One day with me and you'll fix all my problems. What problems do you think I have? Yeah, what do you think are my problems? Self-esteem is where it starts. You love yourself. You have to love yourself. And I think for me, when you start loving yourself, the biggest thing I tell people is have boundaries. Self-love is about having boundaries. A lot of people who don't love themselves, they don't understand boundaries, and they're not able to tell people no. They're not able to tell somebody fuck off. A lot of people don't understand that. I believe in self-love and having self-esteem, and I believe in boundaries being the number one. I don't know about you, but for me, boundaries are number one when it comes to loving yourself. You have to think about, I tell people in my classes to draw a circle, and they write the word safe in that circle. And then the boundaries of that circle are everything that you need to say no to for you to be safe. Maybe it's giving people money. Maybe it's drugs. Maybe it's eating whatever you want to eat. You kind of have to define what boundaries you are, because those boundaries, they define you. And when you have boundaries, you understand yourself better and you're able to love yourself more. You don't want to be that porous thing that anything can get in and out. You will lose yourself. That is my 2 cents if you wanted me. Robin J says, this woman is so beautiful. Oh, love you. Thank you, love. What is this channel about? Mental health, post-traumatic bliss. What country are you from? I'm from Africa. No is a full sentence. Love that. Yes, no is a full sentence. No. And you can say a firm no, and also there are millions of ways to say no, even in gracious ways. Just say no. Like, if you get an invitation, I'd love to come, but I cannot make it. Thanks for the invitation, though. You can say no in a gracious way. Somebody offered you food and like, oh, thanks for offering, I'm not hungry. Vic says you will subscribe. You're welcome to our channel. Ibrahim, you have to love who you are with. if you don't love yourself, you know, you are with yourself every day. Every day. You wake up, you're with yourself. You wake up, you're the person you see in the mirror. You drive, you're with yourself. You cannot divorce yourself. You cannot divorce yourself, so you have to turn your thoughts into loving thoughts and loving kindness so that you can live with the person that you are, you know? Ibrahim says, number one, love Allah, also yourself and husband. All right, you have to love your, I mean, you cannot be with a husband or a wife that you do not love, you know. uh, you know, I believe in mindfulness. I know Simas is saying, like, you think too much, go with the flow, go have fun, go shopping, go on a holiday. I mean, I do all those things. I don't drink alcohol, but you know, I work out, I go shopping, I go on vacations. I do those things, but I do them in a mindful way. I don't say yes to everything. I don't flow. I have my own flow, and I flow at the beat of my own flow. I don't flow with other people. You know, people are not going to tell me to just let my hair down. I'm not gonna do that. I decide when to let it down, and I do it deliberately. If I am with people that make me safe, that people who have healthy boundaries, then I can do that. But I'm not going to go out there with anybody. That's how people get killed. That's how people get betrayed. That's how people are blind to reality. You know, it's so easy to be taken advantage of by people who just want you to tell you, oh, just have fun. A lot of people are just having a dopamine hit in life, but they will never get the long-term serotonin benefits of their mind that comes from making beautiful decisions, long-term decisions that are beneficial to them. They're just there out having fun. And a lot of people, they are just wanting to use other people to harvest energy. Some people are miserable on their own. They have to go out there to harvest your energy so that they can fill in the emptiness that's inside of them. You know, in spirituality, we say you are whole, but you're also broken, and you have to fix whatever is broken so that you can become whole again. And that comes from self-love, boundaries. I am not Muslim. I mean, can you see me? I don't have a hijab or nothing. You just gotta love yourself and go in whatever emptiness that you have. Other people will not feel it. You know, however much fun you go out there and have, if you don't look inward, if you don't go inside who you are, you will remain broken. You will remain broken, and there will be some sort of a hole inside. And if you don't heal that hole, you are going to feel it with depravity. You're going to feel it with drugs, with sex, with, you know, with things, you know. So you gotta love yourself so that you're able to stay still with yourself and that you're happy with yourself. Yeah. For me, I believe in planning. You know, I believe in planning. I believe in having goals. Yeah, I believe in having goals. I believe in planning. I believe, you know, enjoying the journey of doing those things, being there, enjoying the moment, enjoying the journey. I think that's beautiful, to be present in whatever you're doing, and enjoy it. because there is no reaching something, you know, like I'm in mental health and I always talk about the journey of self-improving. This is not a journey where you're going to arrive. You know, there is no one day you wake up and you're going to say, oh, I am done not drinking, so I'll take up drinking. Or I am done not smoking, so I'll take up smoking. You know, there is no end to self-improvement. Like every day you wake up, you're going to make good decisions about your health. Like, I'm not going to drink today, I'm not gonna smoke today, I'll go for a walk, I'll drink water, I'll call a friend, you know, I'll go to work. There is no one day you wake up and then you decide, like, I'm done doing these things, I have arrived. There is no arriving. You know what I mean? There is no arriving. It's a lifetime practice. It's what you do every day. That is the flow. That is the flow. Self-improvement journey, there is no end to it. So, like, it is what it is. It's there. If you decide, like, oh, I want to make healthy sexual boundaries, and you decide, like, oh, I'm not going to have sex outside of a marriage, you know, you don't wake up that day and say, well, it's been 10 years, so I'll just go have random sex with somebody. You know what I mean? It's a journey. It's just the way it is. It's, you know, that's your lifestyle. That's something that you have decided, like, this is a healthy choice for me, this is the life I want to live, this is how I live it, and you make that choice and you stick to it. Sima says you had planned one gym. Yeah, now you have 10. But you didn't go to a point in your life and say, I have to, that's enough. Or I had only planned one, that's enough, right? There was no end to your self-improving your business, so you kept doing it over and over, you know? That's the journey. That's the journey. For anyone joining, you are interested in learning more about mental health, how to get your life together about mental health, book a consultation, go to posttraumaticbliss.com. You know, there are my classes there. I like to inspire you to live the best life of mental health. My whole journey was self-improved. My whole mental health, I put my life back together, just self-helping myself, learning, reading books about mental health, about neuroplasticity, neuroscience, understanding my brain better, understanding my nervous system better, you know. And so I was able to help regulate myself. And these are not things that are taught out there. And I would love to show you how to understand your nervous system so that you can learn how to regulate your nervous system, manage your emotions, become more emotionally intelligent, and command your body, and also help your body. You will be able to nurture and take care of yourself better when you understand your nervous system, you know. Sometimes it's better to get a good teacher who can cut your time. If I took something to learn for 10 years, I dedicated my life to learn something for 10 years, and I give you 6 weeks to learn it, just 6 weeks, to at least get some of the things that I learned that I thought were very, very important, I think that cuts your time. That cuts your time. Like if I'm offering you something that took me 10 years to learn and I'm offering it you for for like $50, for you can learn it in 6 weeks, why wouldn't you? You know? Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? Mental health is not something somebody can give you. Nobody can offer you mental health. Same as if I met you, nothing would change about my mental health. My mental health is my 100% responsibility. I am 100% responsible for my own mental health. That's just how it goes. You are 100% responsible for your mental health. Other people, whether it's your doctor, your psychologist, your therapist, all those other people, they are just there to do the secondary job of offering you additional help. But you're the primary person. Hi, Melen. Nice to see you. Laughter is indeed the best medicine, does wonderful things to your nervous system, improves your memory, it harmonizes everything in your body. Laughter is good. Sister, you bet you could read, you could change, I bet I could change. You think you could change my mind? Wow. Meet the new psychedelics that can change your mind, called Sister Mzungu Nateko. It's a new drug, psychedelic. That brings me to another topic, psychedelics. Psychedelics can change your mind. If you want to learn more about psychedelics, take my class at Post Traumatic Bliss. But if you want to learn how to change your mind, you need to learn about psychedelics. You need to go research about psychedelics. You need to know things like what is microdosing, you know, types of psychedelics, you know. They can change your mind. Studies have shown that people who use psychedelics, they understand life in a deeper way. They become more generous. They become more observant about life. You know, they are very open to changing their life. They become very conscious of protecting their mind, their behavior, their energy. People who use psychedelics awaken their nervous system, and they can, and I always tell you that if you want to understand your mind, don't think about your brain, think about the entire nervous system. And psychedelics impact your entire nervous system. There are studies that show that they are more effective, like 1,000 times more effective than SSRIs. SSRIs are what psychologists use today to treat things like depression, because they have this serotonin reuptake inhibitors. Those SSRIs are not as effective as psychedelics. Psychedelics are like 1,000 times. And so in this day and age, that's why I say most of psychedelics have been banned in most countries. The government has actually banned natural medicine, and it's giving you medicine from pharmaceuticals, you know. And a lot of people, they are very trusting of the government and the pharmaceutical industries. So if you tell them like psychedelics, they will not believe you. They'll be like, my doctor does not recommend that. My doctor gave me ketamine. My doctor gave me this, that, whatever. These are people who don't go out there to read for themselves, to research for themselves. They just want to be there and like baby birds to be fed. They just want doctors to feed them drugs. You know, they never research what they are taking. They never, you know, they just trust that the pharmaceutical industry is doing the best job they can for them. The pharmaceutical industry is doing the best job it can for its bottom line, not for you. And I'm not telling you this so that you don't trust the system, but if you know, you know. Research how to there's a book actually about psychedelics called How to Change Your Mind by I think Michael Pollan. You know, grab a book like that and start reading about how to change your mind. Take my class. It's only $50. My class is only $50. Whole mental health thing. There are people out there who are going to charge you $4,500 for coaching. $4,500 just for coaching, to tell you the things that I have in my $50 class. If you ask me, why do I now charge $4,500? Do I have low self-esteem? Why am I charging $50? Is because when I was younger, I could not afford $4,500. And if you can't afford that, are you going to wait 10 years so that you can afford a $4,500 class? Or are you going to start off with a $50 class that's going to give you the exact same thing and cut you time, money? That's why I do it. It cost me a lot to put that class because every month I have to pay what? Like $200 to have my class up there on the website. So why do I do it? I do it because I understand the cost of bad mental health. I understand the cost of poor mental health and how it trickles down into your relationships, into your finances, into your health, into your well-being, into time. You can waste a lot of time. That is why I do it, because I feel like somebody out there deserves better. Deserves better. Just because you came from a family that didn't love you, places you are not protected, these things, they mess up with your whole nervous system. If you feel that something is wrong with you, there is something wrong with you. It's your body trying to tell you to figure out what is wrong with you, because something is messing up with your life. Your body picks up on everything. Your nervous system, your subconscious mind picks up on things, vibes, the stuff. It's only when you begin to listen to yourself that you realize how intelligent you really are and how intelligent your body is and how much it tries to protect you, because the body is designed to help you survive. So if your body is telling you there is something wrong and you came up from a very struggling childhood, the body wants you to understand there's something wrong so you can do something about it. If you don't know what to do about it, that's why I have my class. So at least you can have insights on how to go from there. I'm not trying to scam you. I'm giving you science-based knowledge, time-proven spiritual practices that reshape and reset your nervous system. Everything you need to know, I have it there. Everything I have learned the last 10 years of my research, it is there. And you know, a lot of people, this is kind of like my PhD. If I tell you, like, a lot of people, they have to go to to have like an instructor, and then they have to study all these course materials, and then they have to write a thesis, and then they have to submit it to somebody. Like, I literally kind of like did my own PhD in mental health. I researched the last 10 years, and then I wrote my class. And that's what I'm offering you. If you love learning, if you're curious about what's there, if you want to add on to your knowledge, if you're curious about it, or if you seriously know that you've gone through some traumas and you want to get over them as quickly as possible, you want to understand yourself and know how to launch and move forward and cut your time as quickly as possible, this is probably the best class that you ever have that is out there. I've put it all bare for you, you know. Yeah, take the class, and if there's anything that you feel that in that class that I haven't touched, I didn't go deep into, like, those are the things that we can talk about. And I think it would make our discussions even more rich when we are like operating in the same page and we are all working towards, you know, self-improvement is a journey. And I say that in my class every time. Your mental health is a journey. You will not just wake up one day because you go through my class and then the next day everything is okay. Because you know what happens? For you to change your mind, you have to do things over time in repetition, and then you change your mind. So for you to change your mind and to feel safe, for example, you have to have boundaries, and then you have to enforce those boundaries repeatedly until you have created a safe environment for yourself. Those are things that you do repeatedly, and then when your mind can trust you because you are making good boundaries, your mind begins to trust you, and then it begins to relax. You know, boundaries are just one thing that can make you feel safe and less anxious about life. If you're coming from an abusive family, or a place where you're neglected, or a place where they didn't respect your boundaries and personal space, when you learn to create boundaries, and this is something that you're going to practice over time, you begin to feel safe. Your body starts feeling more safe around you. Your nervous system starts to trust your judgment and the way you are, and it begins to relax, and then you are able to live with yourself in a comfortable way. But these things are not taught out there. If somebody is teaching this, tell me, because I haven't seen a teacher that teaches this. That's why I offer my class. Go 77. Welcome everyone. Love, love, love. Yes, thanks for asking, everybody. Simas, I love what I do. I mean, if this is not for you, that is okay. Like, this is what I am passionate about. This is my life. This is what I like. This is my work. This is going to be my legacy. So I am happy where I am. I know I come here, I'm chatting, I'm talking, I'm having fun with you guys. We are talking, and you might not think that this is something I take seriously, but this is something I take seriously. You know, when I tell people, like, I don't give out my number to people on the internet, those are the boundaries that I put for myself to be safe. And I trust myself with those boundaries. Now, if I was able to put those boundaries and I respect them, I will be safe forever. But if I decided, you know, to start giving out people my number, going out to random dates with people, whatever, looking for people, I would violate my boundaries. I would not be safe. My body would not trust my judgment, and it would live with anxiety. Why would I do that to myself? Why would I do that to myself? These are the things that I like to educate people. You know, you're out there, look for safe people, look for safe relationships, make good decisions for yourself. Um, I know that you have reasons why you started your businesses. But if you started your businesses so that you can look for women out there to lure, so that they can come visit you, those are things that I would highly advise you against. Those are things that can bring you your downfall. Well, you can decide to be emotional and take things out of context. My job was not to irritate you or to make anybody feel any type of way, but I said what I said. I said some pets are more loving. Yeah, some pets are more loving towards you than your spouse can be. Even for some men, there are women who are more loving. There are dogs that are more loving to their owner than their spouse, whether that is a woman, a girlfriend, or anything. If you feel some type of way because I said that, it's the truth. I don't care. It is true. And if that's all you got from this class, oh well. Oh well. Sometimes it comes from one ear, it goes through the other. It's true. Sometimes it just goes from one ear to the other, and there's nothing you can do about it. In Buddhism, they have this saying that when the student is ready, the teacher appears. When the student is ready, the teacher appears. That means that when you are ready for receiving a life lesson, a natural teacher will appear. A natural teacher will appear. It could be a life experience. It could be a physical teacher. But it will appear, or it could be a situation in your life. But when the student is ready, they suddenly are surprised that the teacher was always there. But because they were not ready, they did not see the teacher. But the teacher is always there when the student is ready. So I understand when most people, when I talk about my classes, they are not ready. They are 100% not ready for it because the student is not ready. But when the student is ready, magically, the teacher, they look around and they're like, oh, now I get what they were saying. Now I start to get what he's saying. I want to learn more. I want to dig deeper. That is why I have my class. So yeah. So you seem as you're very successful in business. Why don't you go out there and figure out what else you want to do with your life? Maybe you want to travel, maybe you want to start a family. I don't know. You can go out there and figure out, what you want to do with your life. Because we all have different things that we want, Like for me, I decided this is what I want to do. I want to talk about mental health. That's why I talk about mental health. I just do this so that I can talk about mental health with other people and share my passion and share the things that I have learned. Um, and hopefully somebody on a journey like the one I was in, they can learn something from my journey and my experiences, and I can learn from them. Yeah, but I'm not from Ireland. I'm not there. That's not where God placed me. God placed me here. God placed me here. God put me here. And I have built my life here. You know, I love my life here. I love what I'm doing. I love where I am at. I love what I am doing. So, yeah, the, those are the things that, for me, that give me joy. And I like to share that so that, you know, people can do. I'm sure you probably love where you're at and what you're doing. You know, I don't know. Ireland is beautiful. I have never thought about traveling to Ireland. It just hasn't been like one of those places that I'm like, oh, I want to definitely go here. There are places I want to go. Like, I want to go, let me see where I want to go. I want to go to the Amazon. That is a place that's a destination. I want to visit the Amazon. I think that's one of the places that I want to go to. I want to go to Portugal. I hear it's very beautiful. The Amazon, Portugal, Thailand and Indonesia, that area I hear is beautiful. Like, yeah, and then there's a place I want to go, like beautiful beaches. I love beaches. I love a beautiful beach. Yes, those kind of destinations. I've never thought about Ireland. One of my friends went there though. They liked it. It's green. Everybody says it's super green. I've seen photos that are like, oh, I've never seen grass so green. I thought the countryside of Ireland was one of the most beautiful countrysides. And I like that country feel. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. But at some point in my life, I can see myself just moving continents, you know, like going to another continent to live. I have lived in 2 continents already. You'll be my tour guide. No, if I come to Ireland, whenever I go anywhere, obviously I do pay for a tour guide, but I pay people who actually do the job. you know, not some random guy I met on the internet, like, hey, become my tour guide. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. Anyway, guys, I I will end this live chat. I'm not hard to get. I think I am pretty much, I say things very easily in a way that you can understand. Like, um, I have made clear what my channel is about, my intention, my goals about this channel. I don't beat around the bush. I don't make it hard for anybody to understand what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, why I'm here, my purpose. I am not complicated. I am not very difficult to get. I have made myself clear over and over. Um, I always steer back conversations to the main topic of post-traumatic bliss and the channel and what the channel is about. I'm pretty consistent with my messaging about mental health, about self-help, um, about learning about the nervous system, the mental health. I have made myself clear that I don't meet people on the internet to have fun. That is not something I am remotely interested in. Um, you know, just even if you take a deep breath and sit down with yourself, you will realize that that is disgusting. Um, yeah, I've made myself clear. I don't practice things that are not, that don't bring meaning to my life. Um, I'm not here to meet men for fun. I have made that clear over and over and over. So it's kind of irritating uh, at this point. What else? Yes. I never said you're a bad person. I just think if you go out on the internet asking people to come meet you is very unhealthy and very unsafe. It's just not good mental health. Mining bubble gum on your shoe. Is that a phrase or something? Is there some hidden meaning? What do you mean it's fun if you're trolling? Are you talking to Simas? Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I am very practical with mental health. I just don't say it to say it. I is mental health is something that you have to live with over and over and over. Like the decisions you make, the boundaries that you set is not something that you say one thing and do the other. It's something that has follow through to keep you safe. Yeah, you gotta be careful about the world. You have to separate yourself from the world. You know, when people say the path, it's a very narrow, it's the straight and narrow path. It is a straight and narrow path. If you marry me knowing it's a joke, it's fun to play with people's psyche to see their reaction. Yeah. Why do you think I don't have fun in my life? Just because my idea of fun does not match your idea of fun. My idea of fun in life is not meeting random people that I have never known before. You know, I don't like to have, yeah, it's not my idea of fun. It's gross. Like, I did not block you. What do you mean? See, Mas, that is the path that I'm telling you. I know you're 30 and you think going out there meeting random people and probably having casual sex with them or stuff like that, you think that path, you think it's fun. But that path is going to destroy everything that you have worked hard for. I can guarantee you it's just a matter of time, and that will destroy everything. There is poverty inherent in anybody who practices that kind of a lifestyle. I'm telling you, it's not going to end well for you. You might think that it's a joke, but those are spiritual curses inherent in that kind of a lifestyle, because people like you just chase dopamine. And sorry to say, it's like dopamine is just the reward system of the brain. You're going to feel good for making bad decisions that you consider fun, but there is a cost to them. In the long term, there is always a cost to them. Now, you may not believe me this time, but one day it's going to make sense to you. Oh, Edward was talking to you. Okay. I don't want to be treated nicely by you, and I don't want you to take me anywhere. Can you accept that I don't want to be taken anywhere with you, and I don't want you to treat me nicely or or badly or in any other way? I am okay. I treat myself nicely and I take myself to nice places. You can't believe I turned you down. Well, I did. I just did. Now you can live with that. African women are hard to please. African women are just like any other woman. No woman is easy to please, even your mother. That's all of us out here on this planet. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. We've been here for a long time. So I'm going to end this chat. So before I end it, let me say, may you be healthy and live with a body that gives you energy. May you be happy and live with a heart that gives you joy. And may you be healthy, or I said, may you be healthy, may you be safe and be free from all sorts of inner and outer harm. I love you. God loves you. God bless you. Take care of yourself. Good night or good morning, wherever you are on this planet. Take care. I love you. Bye. No dancing. No dancing. Well, I love you kind of like general kind of love. Like Christian brotherly sisterly kind of love. That's what I meant. I mean, I didn't mean that I love you, I'll die for you. Or nothing like that, Edwards. You love me too. That sisterly kind of love. Thank you. Take care.